Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video for you. I've been wanting to do this video now for the past like 2 weeks or so, but I just haven't had a chance because I've been doing other videos that I really wanted to do, but I finally got to it. I finally got to my roster review of January, 2022. I did a roster review. I actually called it my collection report, and I did that on December the 8th, and that was the first time I did that. And this is only the second time I've gone and done a video where I've, done a whole review. So I kind of changed what I want to call it. I called it collection report, which sounds so like, so reportive, like so accounting, right? And this is just my roster review, okay? That's what I'm going to be calling it. And my goal is to, do one every month and to show you like where my roster's at, what my collectibles are at, and my gains, my losses, that kind of stuff, and picks I have for the future. And so come a long way since then. It's amazing how far I've come since with my collection, since December the 8th. And I'm sure we've all come a long way. And the sky's the limit, it just seems like, which is really great. We might have retractions on things that have gone up. We might have like things go up even more. I'm predicting them going up even more as more and more users come because the app is like really taking off. But anyway, I wanted to give this like a roster review. That way you can see like where I'm at. You can see how I keep track of my collectibles and how I look at the market and, like where my stuff is and, the way that I kind of keep organized because, this app, right? I mean, it goes up and down and the purchases you get and then you sell stuff. And it's really important, in my opinion, okay? It's really important to keep track of where you're at and see how you're doing. It doesn't take a ton of time. The first time you do it, it takes some time, but after that, it's pretty easy to maintain. And they actually have a really great app that you can get in the the App Store. I'm on an iPhone with my iPad, and I'll show you that app in just a little bit. And I'm sure you may already know about it, but basically it's just called Vault Value. And, it's a decent app. It's not the best, but it does pretty good to show you your overall value of what you have. It's a little bit annoying to use in some ways, but, I still think it's really a great tool. But I do it a little bit differently. I actually do it, on my computer. I'm also a graphic designer, like I'm a toy store owner before and everything. Since about, I went to college for graphic design, and that's what I've been doing ever since. And so I have all the programs like InDesign and all that kind of stuff. And so, and with my owning my toy store, my toy shop that I owned for 5 years, I had to keep really detailed books and stuff like that, of course, for taxes and inventory and stuff. So, it's kind of ingrained in me now to like keep doing that, right? Especially with the stuff that I'm getting here. And I do this with my physical world collectibles as well. So I just love to keep track. So anyway, this is my review. I want to show you, I want to get into it. I'm not the biggest whale out there like some people for sure, but I'm really just super excited about where I've come from December the 8th until now, and from when I joined about like early October or so. And by the way, you can go and watch that video of my December the 8th collectible collection report, I called it. It's in my video library. It's down a bunch, and you can actually see like where I was at that point if you want. I actually do a little recap here as well. And then just a little while ago on about 3 weeks ago, I did a roster overhaul video, I called it, where I actually changed my focus about what I was actually collecting and where I was going with the app. And I've changed a little bit since then as well. Like you have to keep moving forward with what you're doing, right? And just look at the app and things change. So, it's great to change with them, right? So anyway, you can watch those two videos if you want, just for some perspective. It's kind of fun for me. I went back and watched them as well. I always cringe when I watch my own videos, but but anyway, let's get into my review. I want to be just fully transparent, okay? And just show you, right? Okay, so this is my roster review. So this is the way I put it together. It's harder to see because it's a bit further away. But basically what I do here is I create like a document. I did this in InDesign. And basically what I do is if I just scroll in a little bit here, not scroll, but zoom in. So what I do is I just list all of my comic books, and then down below, I have my collectibles, right? And so the comic books I list what they are. I do the edition number right there, right? And just to keep track, and then I do the rarity, right here in the next column. And then I do my purchase price, which I just say PP for purchase price. And then I do my market value, right? Let's just scroll up here. That's zoomed out. But then I do the purchase price, and then I do market value, okay? And then I do my now, which is what I've been adding now, is my master collector points. How many per day that I will be getting whenever they launch this program, right? And then I just do a little bit of a review on the side right there of what I got. So I keep track of all that, and then down below here I total them up. I total up the cost that I paid in gems, and then I total up the the current market value that they're at. And so this document changes daily, right? And then down below right here I do the same thing, and then I add the whole thing up in total, right? And then when I get to it, I get to a complete review page where I just give myself an overall big review. So let's just talk about where I was in December really quickly, if you don't mind. So in December, this is my stuff. I had spent at that point in gems, okay, 3,417 gems, okay, in the marketplace. And my total market value at that time was 9,893. Okay, so my profit, not profit, but my gains in terms of gems value was 6,475.57. Okay, and that was in December. Okay, I have a little mislabel here. It says January, but that was in December. So I was gained at December the 8th. I was in the app for about 2 months at that point. And I had gained already 6,475 gems in terms of market value. So I was really excited. I was like, wow, this is incredible, Like in 2 months, like 6,000, that's like $3,000, not dollars, but 3,000 gems per month in the value of the collectibles, right? But wow, such a huge thing, such a huge jump has happened since then. So if I just scroll down to where I am in January, okay, this is a month later, just, about a month and a week. What was it, 24? So, a month and a half, a little bit later. So my total spend now in gems is I invested more in, okay? But I also didn't just throw money in the app. I actually sold items for higher gem profits and then rebought with the gems that I got from the sales. I haven't dumped a ton of real world money in there, and that's another category that I keep, but I'm just keep that private to myself. I'm not going to be showing that here. But total market value, total spent in terms of gems, okay, are 8,892. Okay, that's up to January so far. And then my total market value is 37,125 for a difference in gains of 28,231. So my collectible space here, the gains now, compared to the market value to what I actually spent in gems, is 28,000 gems higher. So that is incredible for me. I'm so stoked about that. I don't know where it's going to go in the future. I really think that it's just going to keep going up. Even if I just stayed with the items that I have and I never get another drop, I'm already doing, in my opinion, for myself, for my goals, doing really well. And I think it's still a great time to get into the app. And if you're just getting into the app, I'm not expecting necessarily everybody to have gains like this, in this first couple months, but I've only been in the app since early October, late September. And it's been really quite good so far, right? So I've definitely had to invest some real world money and into the app. And then, like I said, it's not financial advice or anything because we're not cashing out or anything. This is just collecting, right, for me. But at some point, if I ever do want to cash out when they're allowed to, like I said in my previous video, if you go back, I don't think I'll be able to get that full amount, of course, in terms of gems, right? But, because when you sell, sometimes you have to sell a bit lower than you want. But, that is a really good return. So now I've added a little new category at the bottom as well with my master collector points for the program that's coming at some point. Where how many daily points I'm acquiring just by looking at, the master collector, the breakdown. And I'm getting about 89, almost 90 points a day that I'll be getting steady from my collectibles, for the amount that I have, and then also the points that they're awarded for the collectibles, right? So anyway, so that's the comparison. So, plus 6,475 last month. I'm now plus 28,000, right? And so a lot of that has to do with the big, pumps that happen with the golden moments and stuff. Just for full disclosure, if I go down to my biggest category here, so the comic book gains that I've had, because my comic book gains aren't as high as my collectible gains. And the reason is because, like I've been buying a lot of comic books with my gems, that I have. And I've been, I've been like doing this kind of like closer trading where we're flipping, where I buy like at like say 20 and then I sell like 27. So but I do these on like scale, so then I get more gems to be able to go after some of the great collectibles and some of the bigger comics. So my right now I'm sitting at about my spend for comics was 51.69 gems. Okay, 51.69. And my market value on that is 58.33. Okay, that's like about 700 or 800 gems total, and I have a decent amount of comics, right? But my collectibles, my gem spend is 3,732, and the market value on those is 31,000, right? So you can see that, like, I really have a big gains in the collectibles area, right? So I mean, that's to me quite high, right? So anyway, the numbers, like they kind of are what they are. And if you see right here, I have all these comic books. I have a lot of duplicates right here that I've been stacking up. And then I get my points down here and I add them over, right? So anyway, that's how I do it. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. You can do it your own way. You can keep track. But the important thing is, just in my opinion, you just got to keep track of what you're doing, right? So anyway, let's just go down here a little bit further. So there's December, there's January. And like I said, these numbers change daily for me, So let's just scroll down here. Now, I want to show you my biggest gain that I've had so far in terms of a market buy. I've had bigger gains on drop items that I've gotten. Like I got 3 of the golden moments on drops. Okay, so that's 60 gems, and now you know how much they're worth. So a lot of gains came from that. But in terms of just pure market buy, like a purchase in the market, I mean, I did a video about a month ago. Let me just see when that video was. It was 1 month ago. I did the first appearance Wonder Woman video where I said, get her now. And, I got her then. I got a couple. And, the purchase price I picked her up for was $154 at that time, right? And her current market value is around 1,360, 1,300, 1,200 to 1,300 right now. And it went up to like 14 or 1,500 like about a week ago or a few days ago at least. And it's come down a little bit, which is okay, up and downs. And so the increase is about like 800% on that purchase. So that's been a really great purchase. So, when I do videos and when other YouTubers and other people in the market or people do videos or just tell you about certain things that they're looking at, it's always maybe a good idea to check it out, make your own choices for sure. Everything that I say isn't exactly what's going to happen. Obviously, we're just speculating, and it's not financial advice. We're just collecting here for now, right? And so anyway, I did a video about a month ago on her, picking her up. I know a lot of people did, and it wasn't just because of my video either, but like the returns on her were really astounding, right? So there's definitely stuff like that you can still get if you're starting now, or if you're established and you're looking to make big gains on some of these things. Just keep your eyes open, right? Because that will happen again. And then my loss right now that I wanted to point out, because this is more of a recent purchase, is, the Amazing Spider-Man #1. I picked it up at $330, in the marketplace, and then it's down to $268. So I lost about 20% on that. But that was about a week or so that it went down. And I'm not worried about that at all. It's Amazing Spider-Man #1, right? But definitely, sometimes the market goes down a little bit. So I'm not discouraged. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man #1, I picked it up because it was vaulting up, if you remember, and I already had a copy or two, but I picked up another one, and then it went back down a little bit, right? So that's what happens, right? So I'm not going to sell it or anything like that. This is for a long-term hold for me. So I'm not worried about that, but, that happens too, right? It's not like everything is just going up sky high all the time. Things come down and they go back up a little bit. So, it's just, you just go with the flow, right? But you think long-term and you're good to go. And so what I wanted to do is also post or show you my most recent pickup that I'm really like, excited about. And this is Deadpool's first appearance, the Uncommon. I picked it up for 133 gems, which I think is astoundingly low. The common version is over 200. And the Uncommon has lower editions. And I like the sweater. I think it's really funny. I think it's really Deadpool-ish. And, the market value is about 134. So I picked it up just a day ago. I never had the Uncommon version, and I decided to grab one. So I sold some of my comics that I had purchased, and they went up about $7 or $8. So I sold a few, and then I actually bought him. So the increase next month, I'm going to wait. I'm going to find out when I do my video next month. I'll show you where the Deadpool went. Maybe he goes nowhere, but I don't think so. I think the Uncommon's going to go up. And in 6 months from now, we'll see where it's at as well. That's the really cool thing about this. Time just keeps going. The market keeps going. More and more people come to the app. People are going to be wanting these, because like these are the ones that like are all the first appearances. If you watch a couple of my videos from before, I really advise you to, like, if you want, just go back and you can check out some of the ones that I've made. I've made a bunch of different picks and stuff like that you could look at, and they're still okay. The prices may have changed a bit in the span of a week or two, but there's some decent picks in there, I think, for sure still. I have to go back and sometimes watch them myself to remind myself, right? But anyway, so I wanted to show you that. So he's my pick. He's my most recent pickup. This particular version, I think, is going to go up, and the price is so low right now. I thought that was great. It actually was up around 180 or so, but then it kind of came back down because everyone was going for the Batman and the Croc statue and all that kind of stuff. So this is a great time to buy when the market dips. So another good example of that is like when you get to your report, you'll see that this number down here, like your gains or whatever, or your losses, that'll change depending on like big drops that come, right? So it'll go down a bit, then it'll go back up a bit. So it's really interesting, to see where it goes. Anyway, so one thing that you can do too is you can actually look at this app right here. If you, let's just scroll over here. This is called the, let's go here. Okay, let's not do that. Let's just delete that because it's not actually being used on my iPad right now. So let's actually show you. I'll show you on my phone. I'll just go into Veve right now. Why not? And then I'll go on my phone. So this is the Vault Value app right here. Just bear with me for a second, and you can check it out. I'm just going to load it up. You can get this app at the App Store, Vault Value. See that right there? And you can actually just look at the whole market and everything. It's really cool. It's an app that shows you everything right there, right? I don't find it like the greatest. This is the market here, right? You can actually scroll through the market really quickly, which I love. And then you can actually like, sorry, right here, if you can see, you can actually like sort in the market too, like from lowest to highest. So you can click collectibles and you can actually sort. You can't buy through this. It doesn't connect to your account at all. You have to manually enter in the stuff that you own and your collection area, and then basically it doesn't connect to your account, so it doesn't show you the edition numbers. It doesn't account for edition numbers either. Like if you have a low edition number, it's going to be worth more potentially. So it just gives you the general basic floor price of what stuff is worth, and but you can have your total collection value in this app. And it costs like $1 or $2 a month, to actually have access to it. But I think it's a pretty good resource. So I use it mostly just for surfing the market because in the Veve app, it's actually like, pretty glitchy, right? If you ask me, like the market. I really think they need to work on that for sure. So if I just go back to where I was before, I had it in here. Yeah, there we go. So, my collection report. So anyway, like I said, you keep track of all the items you got. There are definitely lots of people who have way more than I do. Bigger, gains, larger collection. And that's awesome. You can have a small collection or a large collection, as long as you're like, keeping track of what you're doing. It's really important, I think, and it'll give you some really good insight, and it'll like help you determine whether or not your strategies, whatever they are working for you or not. And I don't mind sharing what my strategies are. That's sort of what my whole channel is about. It's just sharing with you my thoughts about Veve. and my thoughts about what I'm looking for in the market and what I'm looking at. And you know, and it seems for me personally to be working. I seem to be gaining really well in the last few months. I wish I was here 6 months ago. This would look a lot better. It would look even bigger, I think, especially with those Todds and those Supermans that, you know, I didn't get them like when they were low in level and price. But you know what? People are going to be saying the same thing in, like, you know, a year from now. Oh, I wish I was in the app, you know, back in January 2022. And, you know, they're going to be saying the same thing, right? And so if you want to actually watch just one other video of mine as well that I put just about that exact thing. Okay, I'm just looking at my phone right now to tell you when the date was. But, you know, I have about 8 days ago, I made a video about the key points that we're in a golden age, you know, which is like, you can see that one. It's the golden age video. And that's just showing you like how lucky we are to be in the app right now, because it's the golden age of this of the app. If you ask me, like, we are so early, okay, in the app. You know, so there's a lot of time to still build up your collection and you know, get lots of gains and like get some really good deals in the market. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you do, click like if you want, and then if you haven't subscribed, you know, you can subscribe if you like to. If you don't want to, that's cool. Just stop by every now and again if you see a video that you like. You can follow me in the app. Like I said, I'll follow you back. You can find me by finding the rare Darkhawk comic. It's 100,000 gems I listed it for. You'll see MyCollectables CA. That's my name in the app. Just follow me there. I'll follow you back. And then also on Instagram, I just put the link down below in the description. And yeah, you know, I'd love to hear your feedback, your comments. What are you doing to keep reports on your stuff? Are you keeping track? If not, are you just going with the flow? That's cool. Have you used the Vault Value app? Is there a better app? If there's a better app, please tell us, because, you know, it's a pretty good app. Like, I like it, you know, but it's not perfect, you know. Nothing's really perfect, you know, so. But if you find a better one, please let us know down below. And generally, just tell me what you think, you know, like, where are you at? How are you feeling about the app? How are you feeling about your collection? You know, what are you trying to do? You know, this is great for us to have these discussions and talk about stuff. And if you put it in the comments, other people that see the video, they'll read those comments as well, right? So, you know, just keep it positive. We're going up high. This is going to be really great. I'm super excited about it. I hope you are too. And thanks for watching the video. And see you in the next one. Happy collecting.